So let's talk about Robert Sanchez, Chelsea number one goalkeeper, and it's based on the tweet or articles written lately as no player has committed more errors reading to goal than Robert Sanchez in Europe to 5 leagues this season. So to be fair, to be honest, he has his downside this season. Robert Sanchez, he has not been more critical in goal, I'll say so, and there's a couple of games where he has made a few errors, especially the two last games. Manchester United game, which was a penalty kick. It was really unnecessary, but then the goal he conceded against Arsenal, mainly is due to his poor positioning, but at the same time, our defensive line was everywhere. So this video is mainly about Robert Sanchez, but I'll go through as well some parts or some discussion of our defense, which I believe is the main problem at the moment, and the defense plus our goalkeeper in combined, they're the main reason maybe we are struggling or we are conceding goals. In that way, some of the individuals like Robert Sanchez are getting a stick or are more criticized in a way that they're not supposed to be. So for me, the current goalkeeper options we do have at our club, I still believe out of the two or three of the options we have, I believe Sanchez still better than both. You can tell like Maresca and his staff, they're not really, at the time being, I don't really feel confident to play Philip Jackson as a number one in the Premier League games. And I think the rotation between these goalkeeper options will be later down the line will become clear who will be the main starter for Chelsea. For now, I think it's just creating that balance, that chemistry around the team, and that I would say that atmosphere within players as maybe sharing minutes at the moment. But I believe later on in the season, I think Maresca will pick his number one goalkeeper option. Now, the main problem or the main issue I see with Chelsea defense in general and the way we are defending, I believe like the players, the defense, and the goalkeeper at the moment, they don't have that good relationship. And the good relationship, I mean the communication on the pitch during games. I do hope Maresca see this and just emphasize that more during training. Sanchez and the defenders, especially the two Sebis as Fofana and Cowell, to talk more to each other, to trust more, to have that confidence on each other. I mean, there are a couple of games, especially you can just clearly see it. I'm not saying it's an extent whereby they don't have that good relationship or they don't believe in each other, but I'm saying that communication relationship could be built, could be more emphasized as on the way they're on the pitch, the way they play, because you can just see it. Maybe there's a couple of games whereby you can see from the goal kick, we do play from the back, and you can tell there's a little bit of an argument or maybe of indecisiveness, like they don't know, okay, maybe Sanchez doesn't know, okay, should I give it to Cowell or maybe should I give it to Fofana? Most of the time it's between Sanchez passing it to Cowell and then we're starting the builder. There's lack of communication or maybe there's lack of clear instruction from our defense or the back line, maybe from the coach as well. Maybe they need to have clear instruction to players. In that way, we will minimize errors and maybe we'll be more of forming a more strong defensive structure. So that's my main problem I'm seeing right now, but it's not mostly spoken around Chelsea fans because they're more directly going to picking players. At the time being, I think two pairing we have Fana and Cole have said that they're trying their best, but they could up their levels. I won't say this is the best of them, but they could up their level, especially for Fana. And most of us forget that he was out almost the whole season last season. He didn't play any minutes. And it takes time for the player that Caribas, takes time for the player who faced long-term injuries to gain confidence and to be back to that pace of the game, that reading of the game, that understanding of the game, in position, out of position, and then the way he trains, the way his body, adapts to the condition. It's not easy. The main thing we need to do, or the main thing the coach needs to do, is to put more emphasis on the way he delivers his instruction, especially the back line. In some of the games and some of the goals we concede, we are not structured well. Sometimes we've been surprised by attack, and the two pairing centre back, they're nowhere to be seen. And especially the system where sometimes involves Malo Gusto playing more advanced, just playing more like a number 10 in that kind of position. So that means we're left with three defenders. And in terms of structure is key. So sometimes under Maresca, we have been facing this problem. When we attack, when the ball is overturned, we have that kind of problem where how players, go back to defend or forming that defensive structure. It has not been that perfect, and that's a problem whereby it's faced more, it's seen more. This season, Caicedo has been wonderful, has been great, and maybe the system, the way we play under Maresca has favored a little bit our midfield, especially Caicedo. And Lavia being fit this season as well has improved our midfield. So we don't have much of a problem in that area, but that defensive lineup is still struggling, especially on the right hand side. That Fofana and Malo Gusto, because Malo Gusto is pushing more forward. That press is sometimes open, and once it's open, sometimes as a defender, as a center back like Fofana, you don't know who to cover or you don't know how to position yourself. I've said that he was out the whole season. He's still adapting to the game, still adapting to the pace. So far, I would say he's doing good. He has to improve though. Going back to the game against Arsenal, you can tell that goal, that assist from Odegaard, you can tell the position of Malo Gusto. It was clearly the centre back position and overloaded more on the left hand side. And Malo Gusto was almost in the centre back position, leaving two players unmarked, and everyone on that back line. You can just see it from Chelsea. That game or that goal we conceded, everyone was just watching the ball, which sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. And most of the goals we conceded this season so far, it has been similar mistake, and whereby we're not watching our defensive line, we're not watching the way we are structured in defense. We are just more focused on watching the ball. You don't watch the space around you. You have no marking. Like that goal. We saw Saka and Martinelli, two Arsenal players, freely unmarked. And the other defenders are nowhere to be seen because they didn't prepare, watch their spaces, and that's the problem we're having right now, especially on our defense. So I wouldn't criticize more on our goalkeeper because our defensive is not well structured or is not well disciplined to defend, especially our rest defensive shape in the back line. But over time, I believe Maresca is looking into this and he will deliver clear instruction on our back line the way we need to be. I think this is a reason whereby we have not seen even Tosin playing more. Maybe Fofana being replaced by Tosin because of maybe the way the coach sees the way we defend, and maybe the way the coach needs us or wants us to defend, so as he doesn't want to make a lot of changes in our defense. So it's good for now to see the way we are going to after the international break for the rest of the first half of the season. The fixtures, they're not difficult, and we're in a good position where we're third in the league, tied up with Arsenal, some other teams as well. So I'm looking forward to see the way Maresca approaches this, and especially the way we defend, the way we are organized, and the way we are communicating, and as well as the way we are starting our build-ups, because I think that's also a problem right now, especially when you face top opposition and the teams are pressed really high. So this is an area whereby I'm waiting for Enzo Maresca to solve it, especially giving clear instruction to our backline, to our defensive line. And I believe we see less mistake from Robert Sanchez, and the partnership of Colwill and Fofana will improve, and as well we'll see the way we are utilizing Reece James and Cucurella as well as Gusto. So if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as well as turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and peace.